What is up, everyone? Hope you're doing good. A little different video than usual. I said it was coming, and it's finally here. Finally made it. Finally, um, you know, got to think about what I want to say. Um, and the topic of today is going to be psychology, obviously, as you can see. But it's something about something that isn't talked a lot. You know, it isn't talked about a lot. It's always the same usual stuff like psychology, bad psychology. Stop trading when you hit a stop loss, or don't be greedy. It's just all very on the surface topics about psychology, and I don't see a lot of mainstream traders talk about a very, very important part, that is the ego. Now, obviously, I'm no expert. I have experienced some things that help me, some things I'm still experiencing. That's why we have a little disclaimer here. As you can see, I'm no wonder trader that made 7 figures yet. This is all from personal experience um, on what I have realized trading these 2 years, and my experience with my ego, other ego, and what I have seen that failed me, and other stuff that did me good. Now, like I said, the ego. Why is the ego so important to trading? There's one reason, and that is that your ego is you. You are your ego. That's your identity, right? It also says, this is a definition from Wikipedia or Google or whatever. It's the straight up definition, and it says your ego is your conscious mind, the part of your identity that you consider yourself. That is why a lot of people are why they are. That's why a lot of people, have higher goals. Other people could care less about a nice car. Other people are happy without nothing. It's their self. It's you. If you don't have your ego, you have no identity, and you would just be nothing, right? So, most important part. Now, from my own experience, right, it is something that shaped me outside of trading, and something that has helped me a lot with trading as well. And as you know, psychedelics, tripping, it helps you find your ego, it helps you understand yourself better. Now, one day, me and my friends were doing psychedelics, right? And it was one of my first times, I think my first or second time, and I experienced something that's called an ego death, right? As you can see, your ego death. And as some people might not know what that is, that basically means that in that moment, you lose your own identity. Now, this could be very scary, could also be very good. To me, it was very, very good. Because, I worked in sales at the time, still do, but at a different place. And, I always wanted to be the best. I always wanted to compete, be the first one, have the most sales that year, and I did. So, I was able to reach my goals. But after that moment, after that night, I just kind of didn't care anymore. I didn't care about being the best. I didn't care about being seen. And that's a very, very, like, relieving feeling, right? It relieves yourself because you don't care anymore about other people's opinion. Uh, you just want the best of yourself. Now, something that has stuck with me till this day was that one of my friends said that, some big guy, celebrity guy, I don't know, he said, climb the mountain to see the world and not to let the world see you. It's the exact sentence he said, but it stuck with me always since I heard that. And it kind of adds on to what I said, right? Because the sentence basically means live so you can see the world. Don't live so the world can see you. It's literally the translation. I don't know what to make more of it, right? It means to live for yourself and not for others. Now, why is this so important in trading? it all comes back to the ego, right? Who doesn't have or hasn't had that experience of shit, I need to take a win right now, or I don't want to take a loss because people will see me and, you know, I'm scared of their opinion. This is gonna come back later, but the basis, right? We now know what the ego is and why it's important. Because without our ego, we are nothing. It's our identity, it's why we have certain goals. Right, from this point, we know what the ego is. But why is that important? And what are we gonna do right now? You are gonna ask yourself questions. The three most important questions are: why do you trade? Who are you in and outside of trading? And what are you trying to achieve? Right? First up, why do you trade? As you can see here, put a little example of what you could be asking yourself. Why do you trade? But don't just answer that, right? You see here the answer. Keep going, keep digging. Why do I trade? Obviously, a lot of people trade for the money, right? Like, that's the only answer here. Maybe you kind of enjoy it, you know, but eventually it's for the money. But don't leave it at there. Go further. Ask yourself, why do you need the money? Right? This is my answer. To be able to buy myself freedom, you know, to be able to experience the world. But why do you want freedom? Kind of answered that already. To experience the world. But also because I'm afraid I'll have to stick to 9 to 5. That's a lot of people do these days. Identifying the problem is the first step to fixing what makes you have bad psychology. Alright? Now, who are you? Who am I? I'm kind of impatient, for me personally. I do a lot of stuff without thinking. Like the first time I went snowboarding was in December. Haven't done it before, haven't even done anything remotely close to it. I thought it was a good idea to go on top of the mountain or the peak. Obviously, it's indoor, it's not that big. I went off and I broke my wrist. Like, as you can see here, I broke my wrist because I don't think. I do stuff without thinking, and I'm kind of the person that says, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna have regret later. I don't care. I just want to do this right now. That in itself shows you a lot of who you are, right? That's your ego. Again, your ego says you'll be fine. Your ego says you got this. Don't worry. We're gonna think about the problem later if a problem occurs. You know, you want to prove to yourself that you can snowboard without ever having done it, right? You just want to keep digging, keep digging for these questions. Now, you know why I trade. You know who I am and what type of person I am. But what am I trying to achieve? It's kind of the same thing as why do I trade? But it's also deeper than that because, you know, financial freedom, right? But why do you want financial freedom? What are you trying to achieve? I'm trying to make sure my family is able to get the life that they deserve, you know, and not the life that a standard or what's expected of you, the standard expectation. I want more. That's what I'm trying to achieve. But the problem in this is also when and how fast you're trying to achieve it, right? Because a lot of people like us that we trade, we want to do this as quick as possible. We want to set up our family as fast as possible while they are still here, and that's the most frustrating part because we don't know how long it will last. These are the three most important questions you want to ask yourself. The three most important ones. My nose is bleeding, my bad. I have to wipe that off. So now we know the three most important questions. Treat them like layers of onion, right? I just told you my answers, but you need to find your answer, and don't just say, "Yo, I'm 6 foot, whatever, and I like to trade. I know I need money." No, that's not who you are. Go deeper. What makes you fall? What are problems that you cannot keep, or what are promises to yourself that you are breaking to achieve something? Just like every time you answer yourself, ask yourself, but why? All right, that's for that. So keep these three questions. Ask yourself, and if you have problems, just ask ChatGPT. Um, he can help you. Trust me, or another AI. He can. So the first part is to identify. We have done that. We have identified our ego, and we now know what we are, who we are, and what we are trying to achieve. We know what the ego is now. The second part is acceptance. We now have to accept who we are, what we want, and why we do this. I have to accept that I am someone who does things without thinking. Why do I need to accept this? Because without acceptance, change doesn't happen. Right? And we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But without acceptance, change doesn't happen. Just remember that. Being afraid of something and trying to avoid it makes it more likely to happen. Just like a relationship. If you act desperate to lose someone, the chance of them leaving you becomes exponentially higher. Am I wrong? Did I wrote something incorrect? No, I didn't. We all have this thing that we are chasing, but as much as you chase it, it will leave you. Just like maybe you are nervous for something, right? Let's say you have a date, and you're all nervous for that, and you become desperate. You're gonna text her and be like, hey, yeah, you still down? Yeah, you still excited to go on a date? What are you gonna wear? What you wanna do? Chill. Accept it. Accept that you're gonna date, and let it happen. Be in the moment, and just let it happen. Don't chase something. Accept it for what it is, and let it go. A lot of people can't accept the change that doesn't happen overnight. They want to rush the process. Did I lie? With trading, there's also this stigma, this thought of, a lot of people seeing other people make money without them seeing them lose, which is also a big problem in the space, of course, but that's what they are trying to do. They're trying to sell you a dream, right? But a lot of people, even me sometimes, and this is why, I'm not gonna lie, I still struggle with this. I had a bad streak because I just wanted to happen quickly, just a full port on a random 4 a.m. day on gold because I just wanted money. It doesn't happen overnight. And you have to accept that. You have to accept that change has to come slowly. Which, as you can see, failing is a part of it. No one has a 100% win rate. No one does. And if they do, they're lying. If you don't see any losses from someone, they're lying. It's that simple. I also do have to say and do have to note that if you trade with the idea of making quick money, don't start. Or stop. Don't start or stop. Because it doesn't happen. It takes years, it's just like to be able to put your ego aside and then not care anymore about the money and let the trade do its thing, it's gonna take time. All right? So now we know who we are, what the ego is, and now we know we have to accept who we are. We have to accept what we do. We have to accept our faults. And that's something you have to do. It's going to take time, as everything does. But it will happen. You just have to keep going forward. You have to just keep trying. Now, change. Obviously, this is what we want. This is what most people are striving for. And this is where we want to go. This is where we want to end. Now, as you can see on the left, I said change step by step, even if you walk 2 steps back sometimes. Right? We're all at the moment where we had maybe a payout or something went right, maybe in trading, outside of trading, and out of nowhere, boom, everything goes to shit. And it feels like you are back to the beginning, but you're not. You learn from it. You are back but with more knowledge, right? If you ask a millionaire, billionaire, would you be able to become a millionaire if you lost everything today? 90% would probably say yes. The people that worked hard for it, did it on their own, they would say yes. Because you just didn't lose everything. Because everything you learned is still here. It's the same with trading. Don't let those losing days define you. And don't, let your ego go in the way or come in the way. No, accept what happened. Accept that you took losses. Accept that you are doing something that or you are not supposed to, and then change from it. As you can see here as well, be aware of the habits and break them. Be aware of what you're doing. Even if you're in a trade, right? Even if you don't follow your plan, even if you do something you're not supposed to. Chill out. Be aware of what you're doing. Accept the loss, maybe get out on a break even, and just call it a day. Be aware of what you did and try to change it tomorrow. Like I said, you can keep your plan. You can hold on to your plan for a week long. It's fine if you don't hold on to your plan the next following day. That's fine. Even if you break your rules. Even if you blow your whole account from, not getting a payout after needing one more winning day. I've been through that. But you have to accept it. And then you have to change from it. Also, journaling, right? A lot of people really underrate this. Like even if you see people say, yeah, journal this, journal that, journal it. Don't forget it. Because as you might know, writing something down fixes 50% of the problem. And that's true. Try it. If you have ever something on your mind, write it down and you'll see it helps you. It might give you an immediate answer. It might just help you put it away over your head, write it down somewhere. It helps. Talking to someone after a bad streak. Not just comfort yourself, but to let it out of your brain. Now, it's this whole male sigma, right, of not being able to talk to people, having to be the strong one, not talking about your feelings, emotions, whatever. That's wrong. Trust me, do it. And it's not just emotionally, right? Like even if you don't okay, sure, I'm gonna give you that. It's a bitch way of doing it. It's a woman's way of doing it. It's emotional. Fine. Then do it to let it go of your head. Because the person you're probably talking to doesn't give a fuck. Like if you say to them, hey, I'm down 20K this month, it's like, damn, that's fucked up. I'm just gonna listen to you. But he doesn't care because it didn't happen to him. But it does help you at the end of the day. And that's what you want. You want you to change, right? And you want to do everything you can to help that. All right. Manifesting, speak it into existence, even if it's small, obvious, or cringe. Now, these are just a couple tips I'm giving. that I have seen that help me a lot. This isn't necessarily about the ego, even though you could say, you know, that you have to go through your ego to do this, because, you know, the male sigma, this might be a bitch move for you to do like a woman, but, you know, fuck that shit. Don't even think about that. All right. Even manifesting, speaking stuff like, hey, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. If you have problems waking up tomorrow on a decent time, if you tell yourself enough times, I'm gonna do something, you're gonna do it. If you are chopped, if you don't look good, if you are a sub 5 human, using some Gen Z shit, you know, if you think that, if you tell yourself every time you wake up in the mirror, you look good, you are gonna believe you look good. And in that moment, in that change, step by step, you're gonna get confidence. Just like in trading. If you tell yourself the obvious, I'm gonna stick to my plan today, I'm not gonna overtrade today. Every day you do that, you are gonna believe more in yourself. And that's all you need. You need to believe in yourself, not someone else. You don't need to post on Twitter, hey guys, today I'm not gonna overtrade. You don't have to tell someone, your friend, hey, I'm gonna stick to my plan. Because the chance is you'll probably break your rule anyway. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this. Otherwise, you would have been profitable. It's that simple, right? So, manifest it, speak to yourself, put it in your back screen, right? This is my back screen. I don't know if you can see it. You can't. Oh, it's close, that's why. Oh, that's the bank. Don't worry about it. Long term over short term. As you see, I crossed out short term. It's pretty cringe, I'm not gonna lie. It's not all that much, but it does help. Because now every time I open my phone, I get the worded image, like, because I like to, how do I say, I like to think physically, or physically, not just mentally. I like to see stuff in front of me when I think. Now every time I see long term, big time, with short being crossed out, as in short term, that isn't good. Right? And every time I open my phone, every time I open something else, I think to myself, long term over short term. And I keep telling myself that. Letting trading affect you outside of the charts. Now this one, I'm gonna give extra attention. Because I have been on a pretty bad streak with something that you could call yourself evil Jill, right? It's not fun. And I have seen, because I ended the last year break even, which was really good, especially after being down a lot and then being able to get a 10K payout in a month. And after that, I got too cocky, let my ego take over, and I just, like, even at work, I just kept blowing EOS, because, you know, I just wanted to get back there. And since beginning this year, I saw it affect me a lot outside of the charts. Right, I didn't feel like doing anything. I was cold to people. I wasn't that open anymore, because I'm like I make a lot of jokes, right? I like to keep things light. If there's something, I'll just make a quick joke about it, just to let the tension go. But I have seen that within these couple months, I have just been not the person I wanted to be, you know. Singing in your room at 1 a.m. because you just feel good about yourself. I haven't done that in a long time. And I think, like, a couple days ago, that was the first time I did it. Which is kind of, again, it's like kind of cringe to say, right? But it is important to notice about yourself, be aware. Accept that you have been going through this. I was down. I spoke to a friend. He just let me vent out. And I saw that what I was doing was not good. I let trading take over inside of the trades, outside of the chart, or inside of the chart, outside of the chart. And I saw it take over. You know, I saw it made me someone I'm not, something I don't want to be. Even though I do want to end up trading for a longer period of time, I do want to make this my main source of income. I have seen that, like, giving too much fucks about trading fucks up your trading, and it goes all back to this here. Is avoiding something makes it more likely to happen. Trying to avoid losses, trying to avoid blowing accounts. It all makes it actually happen. Because in these couple months, I was so afraid of, you know, getting behind, staying behind, not being able to trade in the future, getting broke, stuff like that. It made it happen. Because every time I took a loss, I was like, shit, now my future is in jeopardy, you know. Now the chance of me becoming successful is way lower. That's not good, obviously. It affected me. So since then, since a couple weeks, I have not been letting the charts affect me. I've been accepting that I have to take losses. I've been accepting that I blow accounts, and it's been honestly going way better. Like I said, it's one step forward, sometimes a couple steps forward, and then 2 steps back. So I know for a fact that it's probably going to get worse at some point, but I also know it's going to be better, and that's where you come in. So just, you know, take what you want from this video. I would genuinely recommend, don't just watch surface stuff about how do I protect capital. Don't take too many losses. Take one loss and then stop. No. Identify who you are. Find out about your ego. Accept who you are. Accept your faults. Accept what you are trying to do. Accept that it doesn't come tomorrow. Accept that it has to be in steps. And then make the change. You cannot change without not knowing who you are. You cannot change without not accepting what you do, the good stuff and the bad stuff. All right. Finally got the psychology video out. Happy about that. This is just what I wanted to say. Hope y'all enjoy it. Hope y'all have some use for it. I'm going to show you this right here. Ego that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna just pause it if you want to see it. But that's it. So yeah, let me know if you want to see anything else. If you have any recommendations. If you care, you care. If you don't care, you don't care. Yeah. See you guys in the next raid. Bye bye.